Okay, good morning, guys. Welcome to CADME Easy. Okay, let's do a quick one. If you've not downloaded this software, the application, please you do that immediately so you can have access to all of these videos for free. Okay, all of our beginners videos. You can have it for free, okay, and you can also reach me via the WhatsApp link. You can send a direct email to me, you know. So the software application can be installed in any operating system. Okay, so let's just do a preview. You click on get started. It takes you directly to what you want to learn. Okay, architecture, structure, civil road design, drafting. Then you can also still connect with me through phone call or whichever means. So it's very simple. It's very simple. When you click, it takes you to the next page. But I've not uploaded this yet, so it will just tell you coming soon. Very soon, all of that will be uploaded. So structure the same thing, except drafting with AutoCAD. Okay, drafting too, the same thing, same thing. Let's check get started, drafting, coming soon. Okay, so this basically is it. So let's say in a couple of days, all of those videos will be uploaded. All of those videos will be uploaded. All right, so if you're looking for how to get this software application in your phone, it's simple. Just scan this QR code. Quickly scan this QR code with your QR scanner in your phone. When you scan it, it's going to display the web address for the application so you can download it using Chrome. Then you can install it in your phone directly. Okay? So I think that's fine. It's simple enough. All right, like I said, we are going to be treating a lot of things in AutoCAD. You know, AutoCAD is not specifically for engineers or for architecture. It's a general application for drafting generally. Okay, so AutoCAD is not a software made for a special kind of need. No, it's a software for general drafting, engineering drafting, architectural drafting. That is what AutoCAD is. Whichever field of engineering you are, whichever field of architecture you are, AutoCAD is for everybody. Okay. So we are going to be learning few things with AutoCAD, like I said in my introductory video. Introduction to AutoCAD user interface. This is the first thing we are going to do now before we now go into page setup, understanding layer settings and applications. So we are going to cover all of this topic. This is for our beginners classes. For those who have interest in AutoCAD, those who have interest in crafting, you may be an engineering guy, you may be an architecture guy, this is a beginner's class for you. We also have our pro version for people who want to go professional. That version is different. You can contact me for that. But this version is free for everybody. Okay. All right. So okay. So let's get started. I'll be using my AutoCAD 2010. Okay. AutoCAD 2010. Just give it a little time. Okay. Most people say AutoCAD 2010 is old. Why not use 2020, 2015, 2013? Of course, I have all of them. But for beginners, I always prefer you start with the 2010 version. Is better. It's easier and it's better. The moment you can understand using the AutoCAD 2010, you can always use whichever version of AutoCAD. Okay, so you can see this is our AutoCAD window. Yours may not look this way. I just did a couple of things here. Let me just take this off first. So you may be having something similar to this, you know. And most people will be asking, how am I going to be able to use this software? Where do I start from? What is this software used for? Already I've told you what this software is used for. And okay, so let's start checking out a few things with the AutoCAD. Don't forget our first topic here, what we are talking about is understanding introduction to AutoCAD user interface and tools. This is our first topic we are going to be treating. Okay, so let's go back. All right, so this is AutoCAD interface. Just like in your normal Microsoft knowledge, you know what file is edit, view, insert, if you've been using Microsoft Word, Excel, and all of those Microsoft applications. This shouldn't look too much, you know, different from what you already know. Format, you know what format should be like, you know what tool should be like. Draw, definitely you know what you should be expecting under the drawing toolbar. Then we have the dimension. You should know what you should be, even from the name, you should know what you should be expecting. Modify, okay, let's say maybe I drew this thing like this. I want to change it to this way. I want to do some changes. Yeah, this guy can help you do all of that. Parameter, these are just few other things, we are going to be dealing with. Okay, so that is the menu bar. That is the menu bar you're seeing on top. Then the next thing is the standard toolbar. The standard toolbar has the file, open, save, print. Plot is the same thing as print, in AutoCAD. Plot preview is similar to print preview. You want to check it out first before printing. Publish is maybe you want to publish it through mail. You want to publish it in a different file format. You know, and then this is launch 3D DWF publish interface. With time, you're going to use this. You may not even use most of these tools. Then you know about cut. Cut is you cut from a particular place to paste in a different place. Okay. Copy is when you copy, you still maintain what is already existing. Then paste. You know what paste is already. Then match property. Let's say a particular line is yellow, and I want to change all my lines to yellow. I can easily match property of the yellow line to other lines. It's that simple. Then this is block editor. Okay. Uh, as we progress in this lecture, you're going to learn about blocks, how to create blocks and how to edit block objects. Okay. Then we have the undo, we have the redo, just like you've known already. We have the pan. Pan is, let me just explain this practically. Let's say I'm drawing this now. Okay. What will pan do? Pan is like holding this page and moving it to a different point. Okay. It doesn't change the coordinate of my object. It moves the entire page. It doesn't move only the drawing because let's see this. So when I click on that and click here and move around, you see? So it doesn't change the coordinate of this object. It doesn't change the coordinate of these 4 points. Okay, so that is the function of the pan. Okay, so escape when you're done. We have zoom. You know what zoom is. We'll be checking all of these. Zoom window. Maybe I want to zoom just a portion of my design. I just want to zoom this. So we'll check all of this later in our course of using the software. Property. I want to change the property of this line. I can just come here and change the properties of this line. Okay. It is that easy, not really easy. Then design center, you may not really need this. Tool palette windows, you can get some pre-customized, tools already on the database where you can just pick and use for your design. Let's say I go to architecture, I need some windows, I need some doors, I need some trees. I can easily, pick, maybe I need a vehicle, can just pick this, from here and draw. Okay. It's small, it's there, but because of I'm not set my page yet. So we are going to go into that shortly. Then you go further to sheet set manager. I'm going to teach you how to set your sheets. Makeup set manager, all of this we are going to touch it. Then we also have quick calculator. Most times you want to do some little addition, and your calculator is not close to you. You can always, okay, 78 plus 6, it's 84. Then you can now, keep working without having to go look for calculator from elsewhere. So that's primarily about the standard toolbar. These ones are all layers. We're going to touch this. Here, you can easily switch from AutoCAD 2D to AutoCAD 3D. Okay. If I click on 3D, you're going to see the page is going to change. Okay, this is a 3D window. This is a 3D window. Okay, if I want to work on 3Ds, I can easily work with 3D, stuffs here. So that is not my concern for now. We are on the AutoCAD 2D. So you can always take it back. You can always take that back to where it was. So we were in AutoCAD Classic. Okay, that's where we are. You can always switch to 2D drafting and annotation. This is also 2D, but the interface changes. It gets more advanced. You know. So that is why I always first teach with this before we now move to other advanced user interfaces. Okay, so this is very simple. This is unique. You can see we've touched this. Okay, then we come down here. Okay, I've talked about this. Talked about this. This controls your drawing. This is your layer manager. Okay, layer property manager. Let's say you want to group you're doing an architectural design, for instance. You want to group the windows in different layers. You want to group the doors in different layers. The text, you want to put them in different layers. You know, this you can do. Okay, so it's easy to control them from here. Okay, then these are all layer properties. Let's say I click on this line. Okay, you stay here. This is a quick property bar. This one is a quick property bar. If you don't want to come here, you can easily come here and do whatever you want to do. Okay, so this is it, and the color I want to change this to red. Okay, then the layer, I've not set layer yet, so I'll do this later. Then the line thickness, maybe I need a very thick line. You see, it's not showing. It's not showing because it doesn't want to show. No, there are still other things we need to talk about in the course of this lecture. Now, when you come down here, you're going to see some other tools that will help you, to do your drawing successfully, to get a perfect job done. Then you come here, you see show stroke height line width, and you click that. It shows the actual line width, but if you switch this off, you won't see anything. So it's important when you're doing your design, keep this on so you see how the effectiveness of your layers, especially the line weight, on your drawings. Okay, yeah. So that takes us quickly to this bar. Let's start looking at them one after the other. Okay, first one is not grid. I obviously don't like using grids for my job, because I like it plain, no grid lines. I don't want to feel free to move around. Then the next one you see here is grid display. If I click here, you see grid is being displayed here. Okay, you can see the grid line. This grid line is just displaying based on my page setup. Okay, just displaying based on my page setup. It's a very small page. Okay, look at what I told you before. Okay, the car I selected the other time, it's here. Just because I didn't set this page, this is why everything is so unorganized. So, but it's important to know this first. So, so you could see the grid. The grid is just showing you that this actually is my page dimension. I don't know this dimension actually. You know, this is my page dimension. Okay. So, but I don't like using grid, so to hell with that. The next thing here is orthographic mode. The function is this. I pick a line, for instance, and I'm drawing this line. You see, no matter how I move my mouse, it can either give me vertical or horizontal. But when I switch this off, I can now get different angles to any directions without restriction. Okay, so this helps you to give you a straight line, throughout your job. Then we now move on to, let me still put that on there. Let me just draw this. Okay, we move on to the next thing. Polar tracking. Polar tracking is very useful most times. Let's say I don't want to repeat dimensions. Okay, I don't want to put dimension here, put dimension here. I can easily track a line. So let me put this on. Let's see how it works. Now I draw this line. You see the other dashed line that is helping me to move in the straight direction is the polar tracking line. Okay, I move to the other line. You see the polar tracking is trying to track me again back. But when you switch it off, it's no longer there. So that guide is not there for you. No guide for you. Okay. But when it is on, it can help you, keep you in track depending on whatever you're looking for. So here, I can easily snap here, you know, snap to this point and get a perfect line without having to type dimensions all around. Okay, so that's the function of that. Then we also have snap. Now, the function of this snap is I want to click somewhere around this line. If snap is off, I can come here. It will be difficult to get this corner. Maybe I'm looking for midpoint. It will be difficult to get midpoint. It will be difficult to snap around this object. Okay, So, but when I switch this on, depending on my snap settings, I can easily get this point. I can get this point. If I need the center, I can press down my control key, right click, and say, okay, give me midpoints. I can easily get midpoints of different lines. Okay. You can also hold down your control key and right click again and say parallel. So it can always give you parallel line. Sorry, let me check. I didn't click that perfectly. Or let's see perpendicular. Okay, you could see it's snapping the whole line. Okay, intersection center. Okay, all of these are very useful, but this is most useful when you're dealing with circles. Okay, you can easily snap circle. You can easily snap the quadrant of a circle. You can also get any tangent around a circle with this. Okay, so with time we're going to check all of these out. So I'm just taking you through few of these tools so you can know them, so that when we start using them it's going to be easy. Now if I click a line, this text, there is a blue highlighted text that is asking me to put the dimension, to put the starting point of the line. Now this can be very useful throughout your design with AutoCAD, but there is a particular command that controls what you're seeing there, which is the dynamic input. If I off that, I don't even know what is happening, except I come to the command line. Only the command line here. You check below here, the command line. You see, specify first points. Most times, you may not have the time to come look down. So you have to activate this so you could also see the same thing. It's easy working while seeing it, moving around with you. Okay. So then we've talked about this. We've talked about allow display dynamic UCS. Dynamic UCS is simply this. UCS is Universal Coordinate System. Okay, you can see X and Y. We're only dealing with two directions because this is 2D. So we're only dealing with an aerial dimension, X and Y. We are not dealing with a 3D. A 3D, you will now have the Z giving you a three-dimensional, user interface. Okay, so this is quick property. Like I told you before, that quick property. If I'm clicking on an object, it comes up immediately. So this is where to control them. So I think we've touched everything here. Okay, now here's your drawing toolbar, just like you've seen it. Line, construction line. Construction lines are not printable. Then polyline. Polyline are continuous line. They don't break. For instance, if I pick on a simple line, I click first, click the second point. Let me activate my order. Click the third point. You see, at the end of the day, each of these lines is independent. They are on their own. Okay. But if I am drawing with a polyline, doing the same command, let's see what happens. The whole line is selected because it's a single line. Okay. All of them have different purposes. We are going to check this out. All of them. Check this out. Okay, I talked about construction lines. They are not printable. Just to help you with your job, they are not printable lines. Okay, so if you've done technical drawings, you've done your elementary drawings manually, you understand what construction lines are. Okay, so I will stop for now here. Then when we come next, we're going to touch other aspects of the AutoCAD design space, AutoCAD tools. We're going to check the modification toolbar. I don't want this video to be too long. I just need them short so somebody doesn't forget something. Okay. All right. So that will be that for now. Then you can now check the next video. Then we move.